Alright, what's up guys? So in this video, I am teaching you guys how I edit this photo from this photo. So in this video, as mentioned, I'm gonna be giving you guys some free LUTs, but I'm only giving it to the first 100 people that follows me on Instagram and sends me a message for the LUTs, and then after that, I'm gonna start charging people. So make sure to be the first 100 people. Instagram link is down below, so make sure to keep a lookout for that. But as mentioned, we're gonna be going over exactly how I edit all my photos for my clients that generates me tons of money. So yeah, this is a completely free course, but as mentioned, the LUTs is only for the first 100 people. So make sure to be the first one, make sure to message me on Instagram. So without further ado, let's get in the video. So before we begin, as you can see, you have to have installed Lightroom. There is no other editing app that we use other than Lightroom to edit photos. Yes, they have other apps that exist, but all of them, or all the good ones, you have to pay for. So the best app to edit photos is Lightroom. It's universal, everyone uses this. You can have it on your phone, you can have it on your iPad, but you will want to have it on your computer because you're able to bulk edit a lot of photos all in one, where I'm going to teach you in this video. Once you have Lightroom installed, simply open the app. It's going to look like this, and it's going to bring you to this page over here. I'm just going to stand it fully. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the main page of Lightroom. Very simple. It's going to bring you to the first tab of library. Very simple. What you have to do is find the photos you want to edit. So open the file. I'm going to open this. These are the files of photos. I'm going to start with 50 for now, but chances are it ranges. You can have 300 photos or maybe 1,000 photos. But for now, for this video, we're going to stick with 50. So what you have to do is either drag the whole folder or drag the specific amount. So let's say if you want to only edit 10 photos, you do 10 photos over here, drag it on the main page, and then you press import. You want to press add, not copy. What copy does is that it copies another copy of the photo on your computer. So it's going to have a Lightroom folder of those photos and the original copy wherever the photos are from. So typically people do copy when they're exporting it from an SD card. So they're just gonna format the SD card and just have the copy on their computer. But for me, since I like having the folder on my PC in one spot where I can see them, I'm gonna do add. So you press add and you press import. After that, that's pretty much it with the desktop. You're gonna be doing everything on Lightroom directly. So now that you are on Lightroom, you're gonna have all the photos shown on the library page. From there, you can either search the photo directly. Let's say you want a specific photo. Let's say this one. The name of this file is 7266. So let's say a client tells you, oh, can you edit 7266? You go on library, you search up text, 7266, and then there you go, you're gonna be with that photo. But for now, we won't do any filtering. We're just gonna edit all the photos on this folder. So we're gonna go to the develop tab over here. And then it's going to bring you to this page where you can edit all the pictures individually. So from here, you can filter the photos and try to find the ones you want to edit and deliver to the client. But we won't do that yet. What we're going to do is we're going to highlight everything. So we're going to press Command All. On Windows, it's just Control All, but I'm going to do Command All. From here, I'm going to make sure Auto Sync is turned on. This means whatever edit I do on this one, let's say just do lower the exposure, it's gonna synchronize to all the photos. So all the photos are gonna be down really low. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on auto sync and I'm gonna select auto. Auto is gonna auto edit everything. It's gonna auto edit all the photos that's highlighted. For me, I did Command All, so it's editing everything. After that, I'm going to add a quick preset here. I'm going to do the Maison du Baroque Special. This is one a preset I do on all my photos. I do have other presets here. If you want the presets, comment down below or message me on Instagram. So I'm going to add my preset over here. Then it's going to already slap on basically all the photos, the preset to all the photos. So the reason I do that is because I already have an idea on how all the pictures look like. I'm still gonna have to do some adjustments on the photos, but for now, I'm gonna add this preset. So there you go. I pretty much have all the photos already edited, and technically, quote unquote, you can send this to the client. But you don't wanna do that because you might have some photos where it's either a bit too blurry or a client's eyes are closed. Like for example, this photo, the photo is blurry. So technically, you do not want to send that to the client. Yes, you can send it to the client, but you don't really want to. You only want to send them good photos. But ideally, now is the time where you filter through all the pictures. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So I was gonna time lapse this, but I'm actually gonna show you how I'm gonna filter it. So basically, we're gonna be in the first photo for now. Let's find a photo that we like. So let's say this photo. I'm gonna press 1. So first of all, I want to make sure that I'm not highlighting all the pictures, because if as you can see, I'm highlighted all the pictures. If I press 1, it's gonna make everything that I highlighted all rated 1, and you don't want to do that. So I'm gonna press 0 again. I'm gonna select to one picture only. So now you can see one of them is highlighted only. I'm gonna press 1. So selecting 1 will create a rating for that photo. That means I can filter all the photos. Let's say I filter it to, I only want to see the photos I filtered with 1 star. Now it's going to filter that only. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I have no filter on. So let's say this one I like. I'm going to find maybe 4 or 5 more photos. This one I like as well. This one I like as well. This one I like as well. This one is, if I want to zoom in, I'm going to double tap the screen. Or sorry, just single tap. And then this one's on focus. I'm going to press 1. It's a bit noisy. You can see it's a bit grainy. I'll show you what that means after. This one's not bad. It's still a bit blurry, but whatever. Let's just say that for now. Let's say that's our only option. And this actually this one's better. So there you go. I picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 photos. Okay, let me rate it to rated. So I only have, there you go. So I picked only 7 photos. So out of those 51 photos, I believe it was 51, 57. Out of those 50 photos, I only picked 7. So instead of sending the client 57 photos that they have to scroll through, we're the experts. We choose the best one for them. So that's what we're gonna do. So that's what we did. So we're gonna do quite a little bit of steps, but we're gonna do the edit right now. So what I usually do is first I do the crop overlay. I select that one and I press auto. This will slightly fix the image so it's more straight. So ideally, I want to make sure the lines, like you see lines here, I want to make sure that's equal. I feel like it's a bit crooked. I'm gonna have it more this way. And the subject is a bit here. So I'm gonna make sure the subject is clearly in the middle. So just like that. Boom. Still, it looks a bit weird. I might have to bring it more like this. It still looks a bit weird. I'm not really a big fan of this photo. It would be nice if we do some graphics overlay on it. A good example is this one over here. I'm gonna have to open the image. A good example of a graphic overlay would be something like this. Right? That would be cool. We add a small graphic on top of the cocktail, like cocktail hour. That would be nice. But we're not doing that in this video. Right now we're just simply editing the photo. So the highlights, as you can see, this top part is a bit too overblown out. So I would decrease the highlight a bit so we can kind of see it, we can see what's going on. The shadows, I want to keep it too dark. I want to keep it too bright as well. I'd keep it around here. Whites, I would do a little bit lower. Blacks, it's kind of like the shadows. I would probably won't even touch it. Actually, no, I would increase it a little bit. So basically, editing the photo is what you want the audience to feel. I want the audience to feel like it's a bright sunny day and it's just it's like a fun day. So I don't want to make the photo, for example, if I go in temperature, I don't want to make it too cold, I don't want to make it too cold. So I want to keep it a bit more warm, keep it more cozy. And then here we go. The saturation and vibrance is already on the preset. So I won't really adjust that. The tone curve is already on the preset, but you can copy this over here. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. One thing I usually do is I make sure to have lens correction on. So this is a thing I would do all photos. I would do lens correction on. And then I would do a slight vignette. Either you can make it bright, but I'll do a bit darker. So the vignette is in the corners of the thing. So yeah, that's good for this photo. Ideally, we can add some gradients. So gradients is a bit where it gets more artsy. It's where you add more of your style. So basically, a popular thing that many photographers do, they usually decrease the clarity on the corners. So it makes the corners look more soft. So I'm going to do that right now. Just like that. like that. So basically I flipped it, I copied here, do that. Ideally, some people would even lower the exposure like this, even the highlights like this, like that, if they really want to emphasize the drinks. But yeah, like that, nothing too crazy. Actually, no, I wouldn't even lower the shadow. I mean, I wouldn't even lower the exposure. I just keep like that, to be honest, because there's drinks here. So ideally, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another mask, maybe a brush, making sure the food is still bright though, because I did lower it like that. Oh, just like, yeah, just like that. All right, so I think I accidentally edited on all the photos. I want to make sure that I don't do that. It kind of looks nice, actually. All right, so yeah, I think I added the brush because I had everything highlighted, so I edited. They have the masking here too. I think for this one, I'll do like this. Yeah. So for this one, I don't think she's on focus, actually, if I'll be honest. I don't think she's on focus. So really the drinks are in focus, which is good. As you can see, you can see a lot of lines here. This one's a bit crooked. This one's a bit straight. That's really annoying me right now. So what I can do is I can press here, go an angle, and then align it with the table like this. Okay, so it's pretty good because look, if I align it with this, it's gonna make the picture crooked for sure. Yeah. So right now it's straight with this, but not with the table. So we're gonna prioritize the table for this one. Go to the next photo. So what I did is I copied the settings from this photo. I did copy, right? And I went to the next one and I paste. So basically you can copy the effect on one image, you do Command C, same thing as in CapCut, same thing as in Photoshop, same thing as in Final Cut. Command V, paste, and then yeah, I already did the effects. What I'm gonna do is angle it to the table here. I think it's crooked though. Yeah, no, it's not that good. So I'm gonna angle it with this table instead, the table over here. Like that. Copy this. You can do copy settings. You can turn on which one you want to copy, which one you don't want to copy. I'll leave it as is. Next photo, Command V. I think it's gonna make it a bit brighter. I'm gonna see the before and after. So this is the before, this is after. Command here. This one's a bit too bright, so yeah, we'll make it a bit darker so I can kind of see the food. I'm gonna make it crooked more here. Make sure that food's in the middle. There you go. This photo I actually don't like, so I'm just gonna press 0 and get it out of there. And this photo is not bad. I'm gonna press auto. Make it straight. And then there we go. So that's the food photography. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight all the photos and I'm gonna add a denoise feature. So this denoise feature is gonna remove the noise. So I'm gonna show you the before and after. So as you can see, the denoise feature is gonna make the image look like that. I don't want to go 100 because it's gonna make it too watery. I would typically stick around 10 to 20, so I'm gonna go 15. I'm gonna go 15. Like that. Enhance 6 images and let that go. That's about 45 seconds. I'm just gonna time lapse this. We are done. So for only 6 images, it took 45 seconds. So you can imagine for 100 photos, it might take a while. So that's the time where you can like probably take a break, eat, chill for a bit. But this one was only 45 seconds. So yeah. So basically what it did is that it removed the noise. It used some AI to remove the noise. So I'm gonna show you guys what noise is. So if you search up on Google, what is noise in a photo? So for example, this is what we did. This is noise to the left and this is clear to the right. So noise is basically artificial light. It's what your camera does to increase more light. So typically if you go shooter in a higher ISO, so camera basics, ISO. So for example, when you shoot in a larger ISO, when you shoot in a larger ISO, you're gonna get more noise like this in the bottom. You don't want your photo to be like this in the bottom. You typically want it at ISO 100. So that's why typically it's better to shoot when it's fully bright out, so you don't have to make artificial light with your camera. So that's why cameras like your iPhone or cameras that have typically a smaller lens, smaller sensor, it's gonna introduce a lot of light, because with a smaller sensor, it's gonna have to make artificial light to make it seem like to capture basically the photo. But when you shoot with a large professional camera, you have a large sensor, so it's bringing in more light. All in all, to say is saying that if you have ISO, you get noise, and basically you want to shoot with the lowest ISO as possible. So that's some quick camera lessons. So yeah, this one, this is a typical day. In this type of scenario, you're probably shooting in around ISO, like ISO 1600, ISO 800. Me, I was actually shooting with my camera, I was shooting 12,800, but my camera is a camera that's good in low light, so it was able to capture the photos normally, but that's why I still had to do some noise reduction. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, you might even ask me, okay, why don't we just have the denoise level go at 100? It's because when it does that, it's gonna start introducing some random artifacts, and it's gonna make it look too watered down and too like fake and unrealistic. So that's why you wanna keep the AI denoise in a minimum around 10 to 20 maximum. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the photo. A typical model photographer would actually recommend to actually increase the sharpness. So you would go down all the way here and you do sharpening all the way to like 8 to 100. The reason why you want to do sharpening, increase the sharpness, is because it's going to make the camera look more detailed and higher megapixel. The reason photographers or model photographers actually do this is because Instagram and social media tends to lower the quality of the photo. So that's why they increase the sharpness of the photo to make it look more detailed. You don't have to do this. This will make the photo look a bit too like high quality. So for this type of shoot, it's kind of more, it depends, like the client, they're not like a elegant type of client or a high-end type of client. They're more, homey, home style. So for this type of client, I'm actually just gonna do the sharpening about like 40, not that crazy. So yeah, so after you're done, you highlight all the photos that you want to export. Chances are it's gonna be the ones that are rated. You highlight everything, Command All, you double press, you press export over here, export over here, and then you go on desktop. It's gonna put it in a folder right away, and you do the name of the client. So client 1 photos, right? Export, and then now it's gonna go to your desktop. So just like that, it's exported. It didn't take that long, probably like 10 seconds, honestly. And then yeah, there you go. These are the photos. I'm gonna go on full screen mode. How do I make the photos full screen? There you go. So yeah, these are the photos. These are the final touch. And then yeah, that's how you edit photos. I want to show you the before and after actually. So let's do that right now. So the before, after. This is before, this is the after. I'm gonna do the other ones as well. Next photo, before, after. Before, after. Next photo, before, after. Honestly, this photo to me doesn't even look like it's edited, but when you look at the before, you're like, oh my god, it's really a difference. Afterwards. Here too, before, after. Before, after. Before, after. So it's really just increasing the feeling of the photo. That's the main job. That's our main job, is to really make sure the feeling or their branding is come across on how they want the audience to feel. That's the main thing when you do videos like this, photos like this. You want to convey emotion. You want them to feel some type of way. Next photo, before, after, before, after. So it's not big of a difference. Look at that. Like this is a raw photo, unedited, after. Last one, because this is probably my favorite before and after. Oh, before, after. This one I like. Look at that. Look at this. This is so like blown out. But then you go after, you can see more of the details. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how we use Lightroom. And yeah, if you have any questions, comment down below. In another video, we're going to be covering Photoshop. Basically, in Photoshop, what you're going to use it the most is when you want to remove like a person in the background or basically change something at bottom. And then when you want to add text, that's with Adobe Illustrator, but we're not going to do that as well. You can do text on Photoshop as well, but in the most part, we actually just do everything on Canva simply because it's faster and you can send that to the client as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, comment down below and I'll catch you guys next time.